everybody. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Merry Christmas. Almost Merry Christmas. Christmas time.
Not quite.
It is Christmas
Getting
time. Or Happy Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate in your neck of the woods. It's been one of those hectic days. Even today, you know, I usually work from home on Fridays, and they were like, well, my boss was like, I need you to do some stuff because he's took a flight somewhere.
Well, you could tell he was going to ask you to do something when he was like, "So what you got going on tomorrow?"
Yeah, because he never asked me like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" He don't ask that. And when you ask that, you're like, think of something real fast. I have SAT test to take tomorrow or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's always a good indication because he'll come up to me and go, "So what are you working on? What do you want?" Hi, kitten.
You ever buy something because you don't have one, but yet you see where it could be useful? I remember. Wow, I'm cutting out all the words.
You remember?
I just cut it out. You remember? I remember. So I showed y'all this small soldering station, right? That
Yes, he's still buying himself presents, even though it's not Christmas yet.
And now,
yeah, see him best. Can't remember shit.
Now I went and got, this is the Fantic D2. This is a laser level. So,
Fantic.
Fantic. I don't know.
They got a stutter.
It's a sex pawn side effect. Hello, Linda. Angela Preslick is in the house.
Why do we say her name twice? So nice.
I don't know. Will started all that. And, you know, I've noticed that people in my... All right, this is my thing, right?
What's your thing?
We've had a couple of days this past week where it was quite nice outside. It was good flying weather. But I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Weather is bipolar.
With all this drone stuff going on, I don't know if I feel comfortable being in the air. I might get shot at by
we don't have the kind of rednecks around here that are trying to shoot shit out of the air, though, so I think you're all right.
Yeah, you would think that we're not going to get shot. What's up, Will? But, yeah, I show Will this and be like, hey, Will, you need another tool for, you know. I wonder if Will got the LED, the sign yet. Anyways.
No, he's just going to keep asking you about it.
This is what the laser level looks like. I'm going to turn it on, and hopefully it doesn't blind me to death.
Well, if you don't shine it in your eyeballs like you did.
I'm trying not to, but there we go. So that's level right there. But you can lock it so that it's got a pendulum in it, so it'll self level. Right now, I don't have that turned on, but it's a really good, nice, bright green laser. I mean, if I can get it pointed, you can see it behind me there. If you need to hang stuff or whatever. But, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this thing off. There we go. Last time I was like, so how do I turn it off? I held the button and it didn't do anything, but you have to lock it, then turn it off, which I think is smart because then you don't have the pendulum just swinging around as you're transporting this thing. But this was cheap. It was like $34, I think, for a laser level, which comes in handy hanging TVs, paintings, marking the wall, anything like that. It's good to be able to level stuff out. So I needed one and I got it. I mean, the drone thing, I'm not worried about the drones. I just don't want to be a statistic, like, especially like if I was on the paramotor and I decided to turn on my LED lights in the back. Oh, that's definitely a drone there. He's working on, oh, cool. She starts her residency. I've met a few guys that set up They travel around for different bands and do the sound say. They make good money. They do. It's hard work, but they make good money. So I can't complain with that at all. So did everybody get all their Christmas shopping done? Now get your drive on, Will. I'm done, I think. Even though there's way more, I literally wrapped. This is funny, y'all. So it's the 20th of December, right? Christmas is 4 days and a wake up. And no money. Well, I'm gonna have to get you a Christmas present, Bill. Get you a Christmas present. I hadn't wrapped a single present until today. So I just wrapped them all day today. Well, not all day, because they had me driving all over the place today, which remind me to write down my mileage before I go anywhere else, because I didn't put the last one down yet. I wrote everything else, but not that one. You hope it's money? Bill's like, yeah, send me a present, but it needs to be money, man. I'm just saying. I could use money. Couldn't we all?
You know, I'd like to know what is running that is hogging up all of my
your
system
system,
resources.
yeah. So I like Frankenmiser. Drones isolated to a Eastern Virginia paramotor pilot. Film at 11. Ain't that the truth? Because it would just be on the news and just be like, yeah, we figured out what this whole drone thing was. Seriously?
Well, I haven't seen any around here, but, you know, the news reports of yokels fucking trying to shoot things out of the sky.
It's, you know, it's funny that it's happening in New Jersey, because that's where Tucker got used to be. So if there was anything to be filmed there, he would have got it, but he's no longer there. Now the only person we got, well, the only one that I know of, is Danny Williamson, the guy with the something other sedan. Flying Dan with a something sedan. I don't remember what year, 59 sedan, I think. And he tried to film during normal paramotor hours, which is before sunset, and apparently these only come out after sunset, so that he's not going to get anything. So I don't know. I do with all the cover-ups and all that stuff, but I don't remember what year it was, Bill. But I think most of them, if not all, are all government owned.
Yeah, I mean, it's our government. And then you got idiots that are, you know, out there flying around because they want to be part of it. But
I don't understand why the government would be doing it. That's the problem. I don't understand why. I'm sure they got a reason for it, but I don't know what that is.
Whatever they're going to tell us is probably going to be a lie, but...
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Oh, my goodness. So, now, the downside to trying to order well, I ordered some of this stuff almost a month ago, and it's still not going to get here until after Christmas, which is kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I was expecting to have everything by Christmas Day. I mean, what do? Put a note in a box and say, yeah, it'll be here later.
Wrap a picture.
Yeah, but I'd have to be able to print it, and we 86'd all the printers, so
we have a printer at work.
I could try. Well, I only got one day to do that, apparently.
I mean,
yeah, that's right. I forgot that I did see a special. There's apparently 80 missing nuclear warheads. 80.
That wasn't a special. That was some idiot on the internet that apparently has never seen a fucking way station and thinks it's some big conspiracy that there's signs next to tunnels that say no, or hazardous materials need to stay in the right lane, or no hazmat in the tunnels. And it's like, that's not a conspiracy, dude. You just don't live somewhere where there's tunnels, apparently. I lost brain cells listening to that guy talk.
Yeah, we need a trike with a Gatling gun on it so that we can fire down at the people that's firing at us. There you go. That makes sense. Who knows what the real story is? I mean, I'm just hoping that this culminates into something and then we find out something so that we don't keep going, well, you know, I don't want this story to drag out, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's going to drag out.
And, you know, okay. Now,
it's going to drag out until people no longer give a shit. We've got a short attention span.
I don't know how YouTube works, really. Beyond the fact, you know, you'll get a yearly summary of your YouTube channel, right? Now, I don't know if that yearly summary takes an average of your subscribers and says, hey, this is, what's up, Jazzy? This is your average, whatever. So if it takes the average of the entire 2024, I've gained 2 subscribers, which is weird because I got that email like almost a week ago. And then when I went to start this cast tonight, it said, I've lost 4 subscribers this month. So, hey, I'm on a downfall, you know. I can't help it. I'm a boring dude. It's all the people that bought drones on Black Friday. Well, hey, they all, you know, all the newer drones are supposed to have remote ID on them anyway, so they could just track you down and find out what's going on. My drone doesn't have that because it's older. It's way before that came out. But my drone's also almost impossible to find batteries for. I still have 2 good batteries out of the 3, though, that kind of hold a charge.
Well, a lot of the videos I've seen people posting, they're like, there's one. It's like, no, that's a fucking airplane.
Right?
Some of these people are fucking dense.
I just don't want to, I don't want to be in the air at all during something like that. I don't want to be a part of the problem, in other words.
I was kind of hoping it was aliens.
Aliens.
Yes.
How far are we from Route 95?
We are.
Doesn't 95 go down through towards?
We can beat I-95 in about an hour.
Yeah.
I choose not to because I-95 is a hellscape. But why?
Well, I know Jazzy. I think Jazzy was coming down in the general vicinity of this part of the world. I don't know
I-95
where.
is a pretty long interstate, but
yeah, I-95, and there's some pictures, which I don't know if I have them on my computer or not, that shows the entire United States interstate system, and it's kind of neat the way they get that set up, you know, the 75, 85, 95, and then the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all those are straight lines. I mean, they're not perfectly straight, but the 10, 20, 30 stuff goes east-west, and the 75, 85, all that goes up-down. And then the 3-digit ones are the circles that go around cities, like 285.
Yes, they're called bypasses.
265.
295, 264, 464.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, basically, they've already said there's no need to be concerned, is government speak for it's our shit, and it's none your business.
Well, yeah, now, I know I have to work one day next week, and then I think the rest of the week we're off.
No, we got to work Friday. Well, you got to work Friday.
Oh, well, I work Friday from home, so I basically have to go in.
The office is closed Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Canada. Blame Canada. Once I leave work on Monday, am off until the 2nd.
Yeah, now, at the last minute, our boss was like, you know, if you don't use your vacation, you can just roll it over.
I mean, technically, it wasn't the last minute. I knew about it, but...
Well, he's a lot more lax, especially with you, as far as rolling vacation over.
Better fucking believe that shit.
He's not. Yeah, for me, they would have been like, no, use it or lose it. That's the way it would have went down. So.
No, he already told me ahead of time that he put in the new rule that he'll allow you to roll over up to a week into the next year.
Okay.
The problem is he hadn't told anybody else. So, and he didn't tell me to tell everyone else.
Right. Well, and and I had already used up my vacation anyway. I don't have any more vacation until the new year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then right there in March, boom, some of the vacation's going to be gone.
Big fancy cups.
Yeah, we did get bigger. I'm not using mine right now. I still got my big silver one, but we did get some big old company tumblers.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans. Now, New Orleans is that's way down there. That's not anywhere near
he
where
said
we're
he's
at.
flying down and then
he's
driving back.
Good Lord, you got to drive up 23. You know what? I had to drive one of them trucks with no AC in the brink of heat. But yeah, it was a 26-footer, actually.
Hold on. Let me take a look at a map here.
That was the beginning of, end of April, beginning of May, and it was hot. And yeah, they end up giving me half off my rental because the AC literally in that truck lasted for about 5 minutes and then quit working. So I had to take the whole trip with no AC because they didn't have another truck they could just hand me. Well, even if they did, I would have had to unload the whole truck and put on another truck. Damn that. So they ended up giving me a big discount, which was nice. And Will's doing a mod heist. I don't know. That bot's been kind of... I think Munchkin is checking a map right now.
I am. Why? Who's asking?
And those trucks only get 10 miles a gallon. You ain't got to tell me, Jazzy. I know them trucks can drink some gas. Goodness gracious. And some of them are diesel. Some of them are just unleaded. But depends on what you get. I guess the one, if it's a 23-foot, I'm going to say that's regular unleaded. And it's automatic. So.
So, how are you going to get on 95? Are you going to go from Louisiana to Florida and then up 95?
Yeah, he would have to go over and then up. I mean, if it's during the Christmas break and you're coming through our state, we might be able to meet you because we'll be off work.
95 goes right through Richmond. So Richmond, we could be to Richmond, depending on how fast I drive, in an hour. If it's like on a Saturday afternoon, probably quicker because there's no traffic.
Yeah. We could peddle off some stuff to Jazzy. Be like, here you go, man. I know y'all can't get any of this in your state.
Well, I mean, yeah, Jazzy, it might be a good idea for you to hit a bunch of vape shops on your way back up and load the fuck up.
He's probably like, what do you think's going to be in the back of that 23-foot truck?
And I mean, we do know somewhere where you can buy pods. I don't know if you like their juice because I don't think it's quite up to like Sad Boy levels. I know that's what you like.
Yeah.
But they'll ship to you.
I'm vaping Sad Boy butter cookie.
Good night, King Cobra. He's off to bed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good night, King Cobra. That's an early bed. I can't do that. It's the weekend. We usually,
well, he's in the UK. It's much later there for him.
Oh, yeah,
They're 5 hours ahead of us.
You're right. He's like 5 hours ahead of us. So yeah. We usually, I'm so used to getting up early now for work and going to bed early. Now, when I try to stay up, I can't. I'll literally start falling asleep in the chair.
No, and he doesn't feel good. Feel better.
Yeah. Feel better, man.
Please don't york up in my lap. Why are you horking? Don't hork in my lap. Go get some water.
The cats want to hurl. Did Will say anything about the LED light thing? Let me see.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did either. He just smiled. I don't remember him saying anything earlier. I'm scrolling back now. Scrolling.
Claws, ma'am, claws.
Nope. So yeah, I mean they've been the same. You would think they would have went on sale, but they've been $99 for I don't know how long now. I think that's what I paid. They're still $99. Haven't gotten it yet. Okay,
no,
it's cool.
He did order it.
I do need to update the images on there, and I haven't. Just like I haven't updated my intro in forever, so I need to get that done. It's kind of weird because when I first started messing with it, I was all into it, trying to find images, do all that. And then once I did that, I
haven't touched it since.
Right. So it's like, I need to update it. And I got to remember what the software was called that I used because it's different than the normal software because that one's, I think it's called 4D something for some reason. Some of the other ones are just called 3D. But that one's got 4D software with it. Just like I never ran the. I bought the Ethernet cable, Scott. I just haven't ran it yet.
Step 1 complete.
Yeah, I did half of it. I still need to run it, that's going to be fun. There's a hole in the living room where the router is, so that one will be easy. But there's no hole in this office that I know of, so I will have to make a hole. And I definitely don't want to drill into any kind of pipes or anything, so I need to see where I'm at, figure out, obviously it's going to be it's right next door to the bathroom, so if I go just to the right of that, I know I'll be in the same room. And just go all the way to the wall.
No, you can go outside to the side of the house and measure how far away your window is from your vent, and then go in the basement and drill up through the floor.
Yeah. Well, drill up through the floor. That's what scares me. I don't want to go up. I want to know I'm in the floor here and not drilling up through the center of the wall.
Okay. You can see the wall. You're in the basement. You can look up and see all underneath everything.
Sometimes, especially since they raised this house, it could be off by 4 or 5 inches. So
okay, well, go out 4 or 5 inches.
I'll figure it out. It's not that big a deal. I'll figure it out.
It's not that difficult. But...
yeah. So it's weird checking like tracking and stuff when
hi Vape Cowboy.
When you have no idea where Vape Cowboy, how you doing? When you have no idea where the package is coming from and the sender is like blank, so it's like I don't know what's coming from where anymore. So especially with USPS because they don't tell you much of anything. I know when Munchkin orders stuff from TikTok, all I see is TikTok and the tracking number. Doesn't tell you what it is, which is good. I have not seen not one thing that she has bought me for Christmas because I don't go through Amazon and look at all the lists. I don't look at any of the packages she gets. Besides the one that had a hole in it, but I don't know what was sticking out of the hole.
You just raised your hand and flipped our screens.
Oh, did I do that? Well, maybe I can flip it back. That's not good. Oh, it went back.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no, even worse. It was Vic.
Tornado season in Oklahoma. Oh, my goodness, man. The only thing that I've seen that I know for a fact with my eyeballs similar to a tornado, besides dust devils, those are too common, would be
water spout.
Water spout. Those are interesting because when I was young, there was one. I was in Florida, and one happened over the top of the water, and you could see the thing fill up with water, and like fish going up through it. It was crazy. And then it would just fizzle out, then come back real strong. I'm out there flying a kite like a dummy while watching this water spout. I didn't know what it was. And my kite was pulling so hard, I ended up dropping the string, and the string slid across the beach and went up and got caught in a palm tree. Which is funny because the kite kept flying. And then the storm started getting worse. So I started to go back towards the front and then back towards the house. And then the kite broke loose from the string. And it came down and landed on somebody's roof. I collected the kite, but it was kind of torn up. But that was crazy. Abused? Oh, you made it in, but inside you discovered to come to visit, and he was playing with the drill. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. That's why I didn't wanna do it. Will you English is not a good. Will's English is not a good. Haven't gotten it yet. I got you. Well, you know. Well, it's been Steve a while. Thought I'd say hey before I get ready to head to farm and ranch. Well, take care, Andrew. I'm glad you made it through the tornado season. I have not personally experienced a tornado up close and do not want to.
I'll take my hurricanes.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a hurricane, which I have. I
know when they're coming.
Close to those plenty of times, but yeah, tornadoes are. I don't think that would be good.
Hurricane can't really sneak up on you.
No, they give plenty of warning on those. The tornadoes, they do a pretty good job of warning, but it's crazy.
Yeah, and get to your basement now.
They're pretty much like run, get to your safe place. Oh, next town got hit within 5 minutes. Wow, or got hit 5 minutes. That gum, man. You live north of Tornado Alley and you've never seen one? Wow, that's crazy, trash bag. You would think with all the tornadoes that happen, especially near Tornado Alley, that you would see a tornado. But, I mean, if you're actively trying to avoid them, probably not. 5 miles from your town. Gotcha. Yeah, that's too close for comfort. You've been in more than you can count. Wow, Bill, I didn't know that.
Enjoy, Angela.
You going to bring Tony a sandwich for dinner? Well, that's more than Munchkin did. She made 2 sandwiches and let me watch her eat them. So I had to go make my own, which is fine, but you live in Arkansas, you've seen so many.
I made you dinner last night.
I even saw, I saw Kylo Glee. You know, he had that video that went on the news because the tornado was like right out in front of where we were at Peach's porch. That they shut down now, so you can't go to Peach's porch anymore, unfortunately. Make me a sandwich. Kyle's video was nuts. I really hope that Kyle starts putting out videos again. I know he took a hiatus for a year, but it's been over a year since he's put a video. So Kylo Glee,
stop with the claws.
Start making videos again, please. We need that. I mean, we have a few other pilots that still post videos. I mean, I don't want to. I've never done any kind of instructional videos because that's bad. You don't want to try to teach somebody and then they go out and get hurt. Obviously, videos are no substitute for real training anyway. So I think Kyle does a really good job, though, basically just with tips and tricks without even really trying to teach you how to fly. So I think that's good. But we have to wait till he decides he wants to come back, which is fine. You used to chase tornadoes for a living. Good Lord, Andrew. No, thank you. I mean, I would want to chase the first one. And once I got close and I could hear what the tornado sounded like, and I knew it wasn't coming straight at me, I'd be good. I'm like, okay, check that off. I've seen one. I was close to one. Don't need to see another one. I'm done. But I would literally be like, yeah, I'm done. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I mean, sounds like a train. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Bill. It sounds like a train. And it's weird. I've never seen one, but we had some close calls when I was in Georgia. And I thought I could hear something that sounded like a train, but it was so dark outside. If the tornado was close, I couldn't see it. So don't know how close I was to one, but oh, cool. That's nice, Andrew. Just like on the movie, look like on the Twister movie with Dot. You know, they would send up them little things to try and judge or try and figure out how a tornado works, which is pretty cool. And then I still think they use that method now, trying to figure out tornadoes and stuff. You sickly? She gonna get me sick.
I had cat in my face, so no. I got cat fur up my nose.
3 EF3 tornadoes. Wow. Those aren't small. My clock is obviously off on my computer, which I don't know why, because I have it. It's supposed to sync with the time server unless I turned that off by accident. Because
possible.
Y'all were like, roll the beam footage, and I'm like looking at my thing going, it's only 8:56. But then I looked at my watch and it said, or 7:56. My watch said 7:59. I was like, really? So
why do I have
I'm
34 instances of Google Chrome running currently?
There you go. That's the problem. An earthquake? Really? That's a weird place for an earthquake to hit, but okay. I totally get it. I like that John Wayne is basically setting up trikes and stuff. So I honestly think that John will be able, especially if he uses that trike, he'll be able to fly sooner than what the doctors told him, because there's not a lot of stress involved in flying a trike. Now, if it's got to do with him not raising his arms above his heart, then that's a problem. So he would have to wait the full time. But if they just go, no, we just don't want you straining, then there's no strain in that. If he flies that trike, he'll be good to go. Dorothy was a real package. You know what? I believe it, Andrew. Like I said, I know they still try to use those things now. So, I mean, they probably updated the crap out of them, but yeah.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I closed everything, opened up Google Chrome again. The only tab I have is YouTube, and it says there's 13.
Yeah, clear the cache out, because a lot of them are trackers, and you need to go clear all that out so it'll stop. Earthquake happened in Oklahoma not long ago. Oklahoma. John can do foot steer. That is true, Walter. It would have to get rigged up that way, but he could do a foot steering. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, I don't want John to do something, though, that's going to get him in trouble with his doctor or cause him physical harm. So I wouldn't be like, yeah, go ahead and do this, John. But yeah, power parachute. That's another option. Those, though, powered parachute usually requires a license, because those are too heavy to fly in the same Part 103 that we do. they're too heavy. So I think Vector has committed he has jumped off the table in the back because he is missing off the desk. He is literally gone. And I've looked everywhere. He is not on my desk. So the only place he could, and he's not on the side of the desk. So the only place he could be is behind it, which there's barely any room. So he would
I only have 4.
4 now? Well, that's not bad.
No, I was answering. I have 4 extensions running.
You can fly single? Well, but we have a weight class limit, and most of those PPC trikes are really freaking heavy. I mean, if they have some that are light enough to go under Part 103, then by all means. But the ones I saw are freaking heavy, dude. They had because where we fly at, where we have flown out at the Eastern Shore, there is literally a hangar behind the main hangar.
Oh, thank you, Cloud Chucker.
Thanks, Cloud Chucker. That's awesome. There's a hangar behind that where they keep the powered parachute machines, and those things are freaking huge. Okay, so you fly under 103. Awesome. Yeah, the ones I've seen, or at least those things are set up for tandem, and they're giant, thick steel bars, and I know they're not light enough. And I try to keep mine because I'm already heavy. I mean, I'm pushing every bit of 3. Wait, am I 350 or 250? I'm like 260 pounds right now, I think, which is pretty heavy. And if you take that plus my paramotor weight and the wing weight and all that, I'm right on my line. If I go anything, so my trike is only like 20 something pounds. If you tandem, they require a license. I got you. Okay, makes sense. See, and I thought about tandem when I first got into this because I thought, oh, Munchkin will want to go fly, but she has zero interest whatsoever in flying. So, you know, and I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh yeah, you need to be flying.
I mean, you can be that guy all you want, but it ain't gonna fucking make a difference.
Right. It's not, yeah, you don't want to push somebody to do something they don't want to do. I mean, it's not like, you know, hey, John Q, Merry Christmas.
Hey, John Q.
Your PPC is 850 pounds with me and fuel. Dadgum, that's heavy. I mean, now, they have wings, though, that can pull some serious weight. Now, my wing is not big enough for that, but they make some wings that are huge that'll pull all kinds of weight. Yeah, we discussed that earlier, Jazzy.
Yeah, we were talking about that right before you came in. No, John Q. And be gone. Where am I gonna go? Where's he gonna go without me?
No, you don't make her fly with you. That's not, you know, she enjoys just watching it.
Sure.
She has, I thought she enjoyed watching it. Maybe not. She gets nervous every time I go fly. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't like it. Right.
So it's almost like, hey, you know, you're really scared of this. Now go do it. That's not smart. So
no, here's the difference: is I wouldn't be scared if I was doing it.
Oh, really?
I don't even like it when you're out driving around in the rain. I don't like it when Katie's out driving around in the rain. I don't trust everybody else out there not to kill my loved ones because they're stupid. So.
Ooh, you stalled it. That's not good, Andrew. Hopefully you were high enough you were able to recover that. That's the other thing. A lot of the guys
well, obviously he was, or he wouldn't be talking to us today.
I know that, but a lot of the guys I fly with, they really like flying low for a few reasons. They enjoy flying low, but they also fly low because we're really close to Langley Air Force Base. So Langley don't like when we fly above 300 feet, which when you're below 300, you're in the danger zone already. So it doesn't give you a lot of time if something were to happen to recover. I like having a little distance between me and the ground so I can have a chance to recover. Oh, it was training. Okay, gotcha. Well, that makes more sense. I thought that just stalled by accident. Yeah, SIV training. That looks crazy. I don't know if I'd have the guts to be like, yeah, go ahead and intentionally collapse your wing. Don't worry, you have a reserve. I don't know. And you're supposed to throw the reserve, but if I had to do it to save my life, which obviously in that case you still would. I mean, just because you're over water, if you train SIV over water, you still can die. It doesn't matter. So, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I do think the SIV training is great. It really teaches you a lot about the wing and gives you a little bit more confidence when you do fly, but it can be scary when they tell you, okay, I want you to just grab all this and pull really hard. It's like, whoa, I don't know if I like that. Hello, Breeze. Oh my goodness.
This is for you, dear.
What is for me?
I'm posting it.
Oh, you're posting it. All right, she's gonna post it. Uh-oh, it's a print screen. That is not for me. That is what Munchkin does. When she locks the car, I push the button one time. And I literally
push until it beeps.
I will look at the lights to see if they flash, and I know my car's locked. She enjoys pushing the damn lock button 3 or 4 times so that the horn goes.
What point is it to keep pushing the button until the horn beeps? Obviously, the horn beeping means something, so I'm going to press the button till the horn beeps.
Okay.
That means it's super locked.
I'm just thinking about other people. Maybe they're walking by with their cell phone texting, and all of a sudden you do that, and they throw their phone up in the air. That makes it even
fucking better.
Because it scares the crap out of them.
If I can frighten random passerbys at the same time I'm super locking my car, that's a fucking win-win. What's the problem?
You just want to scare people.
Maybe they should be paying better attention to their surroundings. Exactly, Ed. You beep beep. People do that. You can see them in the parking lot holding their keys, beeping it, looking for their horn to beep so they can find their car.
I get it. And that
so
that's the
I'm
whole
fairly
purpose,
certain that yes, locking it locks it. But when you make the horn beep, that means the alarm is set.
Okay. I mean, I haven't said anything the last 8 or 9 times you've done it, so I let it go at this point. I'm like, she's gonna do it, so just let it go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
So it's just like, all right, go ahead, beep away. I don't care. But yeah, not having reserve and not having to use it is the goal. Trash bag, but you also have to have that thing repacked. You can't just leave it in a bag for years and then expect it to open correctly 2-3 years down the road when it hasn't been repacked. So you do have to repack them. You miss your Camaro, huh? Well, that's not how you spell Camaro, but we can go with that. You think if you owned one, you would see. Cars are like mods. 3 to lock it and 3 to unlock it. Well, I have to be careful because if you push my unlock button on my remote and then you push and hold it by accident, it will literally roll all the windows down and open my sunroof all the way open.
Well,
so
don't do that when it's raining.
I've done it by accident with the keys in my pocket. I don't know how that's happened.
My car is janky and my key doesn't work, so I can't set the alarm.
I
can't use
but
the
it
key
messed up
fob
again.
to unlock it and lock it.
That key is jacked up.
I don't know what I want to ask him. Did you throw it in the parking lot and run it over a couple times? What did you do with the key?
What did I do? No, I had
not you. I was talking about Jeff.
Oh.
That key is in rough shape.
It is. Well, so was the key to my truck, but
yeah.
I got a case to replace it. Now, yours I got working, but it was kind of working when it wanted to, so probably I guess now it's
help
messed up
when
again.
I pull my keys out of my car or out of my purse and all the guts are laying in the bottom of the purse.
Burnt orange. Speaking of burnt, I had a 2003 Ford Explorer, and I traded my Ninja ZX9R motorcycle for this truck. So I literally had the truck maybe a week. There was it had motor problems that the guy didn't say, but I was able to fix them because I'm a mechanic. No problem. Fixed all that. Parked the car in my driveway. Went in the house. And I don't know, 30 minutes later, somebody was beating on my front door. And I was like, what in the hell? And they were like, your car's on fire? And I was like, what? Went out there, and I mean, the thing was engulfed in flames. So there was a recall, and getting Ford to pay for it, good luck. But what would happen is
too, Andrew.
Brake fluid would leak down and go down this wire and hit the cruise control, which for some reason on the Ford Explorer was always had power. It didn't come on when the key was on. It always had power, which is a stupid design. Why does the cruise control need to have power when the car's off? That should have been on a switching outlet. But anyways, so it dripped down onto that, which shorted and caught on fire and caught the car on fire. And that car was trash. I mean, it melted the windshield, all the dash, everything, all the windows and the inside of the car was burnt to a crisp. And I mean, I caught it as quick as I could, and the fire department came, but the car was trash. Had to just junk it. There was no way I was going to try and fix that. So, 1970 Chevelle Super Sport. Nice. Yeah, I don't even want to think about the old cars.
I saw a car this morning that was bad. It was a BMW, which was crazy because it was a sports car, and it definitely sounded like a sports car, but it was highlighter orange. You could not miss that motherfucker. But it didn't look like a BMW. I've never seen a BMW like that.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up.
What's that one car that I really like the way they sound, and they got a V8 in there, but they look like a sleeper. Is it the GTO? I think it is. Haven't seen a lot of them around, but man, those things sound really good. But it doesn't look like a hot rod, but it sure does sound like one, and they will haul butt. I convinced my girlfriend at the time we needed a family car when she had a daughter, and I obliged and sold that biggest mistake of my life. Wow. Oh, so you sold the 70 Chevelle. Ugh. You know, it's bad to look back on stuff like that, not knowing you're like, man, I had a freaking really nice car. I should have kept it. I've gotten rid of a lot of old vintage cars that I should have kept. But it is what it is at this point. What's that one I had? I've had a BMW. I had an RX-7. I had oh my gosh, it's a 1970 or 72 Monte Carlo? No, wasn't Monte Carlo, was it?
Yeah, I
can't remember what the car. I know what the car looks like if I see it. It's definitely a Chevy.
When did you send me a video, Scott?
Wow, you can't even buy rusted. Yeah.
I don't recall seeing one from you.
But let's that slide. I don't know what car I had, John Q. I can't remember. I'm almost sure it was a Monte Carlo. You know what? I can find out if that's the right car.
Well, I can't get the audio to play through.
Yep, because there's pictures of it. 1972 Monte Carlo I had. With, believe it or not, a Pontiac 400 engine in there. So the car was like modified, and the thing would haul tail. Sold that for dirt cheap, like $500. So, yeah. Yep, 72 Monte Carlo. That was it. What was the weird thing about that car is I had it parked at my job one day, and somebody came and stole the hood. Who steals your hood?
Somebody that doesn't have one?
Well, how many people in that neighborhood had a 72 Monte Carlo, number one, and the car's old. To pop the hood, the latch was outside the car. All you got to do is pull it, and the hood opens. I mean, without putting locks on it, you know, and it wasn't like a show car or anything. But dang, stole my hood. I'm like, really? Luckily, I was able to find another hood. Wasn't the same color, but hey, you know. Yeah, and I had a Pontiac Grand Prix. It was a 76 or 77 model Pontiac Grand Prix with a 440 motor. I can't remember what motor was in there for sure. But there was nothing wrong with that motor. That thing would spin tires all day long. And the only thing wrong with it was the driver's side rear wheel bearing was bad. Literally, if you drove that car for like 2 minutes, the whole drum would start glowing red hot. And I told the guy when he came to, you know, pick it up for cash for cars, I was like, look, dude, this car runs perfect. All it needs is a wheel bearing. Just telling you now before you junk this car. And I started it and I was like, listen to this thing run, dude. It's perfect. Who knows what happened, but it sounded like Joe Dirt. I keep seeing 69 Firebird sitting at a storage place just rusting away. You know, I had that Impala Super Sport, and when I was driving out to Gloucester a couple weeks ago, somebody had one for sale. And who checked the Facebook? Scott?
Wally.
Oh, Wally. So they had one for sale that looked just like the one I used to own, and I was so scared to even pull over to see how much they wanted for it. But I really liked that car. Oh well. '69 Firebird. Yeah. Even my dad had some really old cars that my brother ended up getting when my dad passed away, which is fine. I got no problem with that, but he got them all. They were older than me anyway. They had seniority over me, right? I was old enough to drive, but, you know, I already had a car. I was good. I drove around a 1977 Cutlass Supreme for a long time that had what do you call those? It had really big rear wheels, looked like a race car, and it had air shocks on the back. You had to actually put air into it to raise the back. It wasn't like, hydraulic stuff like they have nowadays. This was just literally airlines that ran over, and you put air in it and it would raise the back end of the car. Because if that thing was low on air, my fender wells would scrub the tires. So I had to make sure it was up, pumped up, basically.
Not the guy, the car.
Not guy, Scuba, the car. What?
He said after the Firebirds, they moved up to Fieros, and he said, not the guy, the car.
I like the way he put not guy, like Guy Fieri. The car. Those Fieros, man, them things were just, everyone I saw had problems. Everyone, except the turbos. The turbos seemed to run a lot better, but the normal Fieros were just trash. They were begging to get rid of them things at the auctions. I used to go to a lot of car auctions, and nobody would buy the Fieros because they were just junk 9 times out of 10. Most of the time, they didn't even run. Almost got a Grand National at the auction, and it's funny because nobody knew it was a Grand National. There was leaves all over the hood. So right as they were bidding on the car, and I was winning the bid, I was going to get that car for like $500, and I knew it ran. I was like, yes, I'm going to get a Grand National for $500. Nobody's going to know. And then somebody just happened to walk over and brush off the leaves off the hood.
So do you remember how much it went for?
Way too much.
Just
more
think
than
of
what
it
I
this
had.
way. If you had it, you probably wouldn't. If you bought it, you probably still wouldn't have it.
I think
You
it
had
ended
an
up selling.
Escort GT.
Well, considering it almost sold for $500 to me, and then after they figured out it was a Grand National, I think it sold for $6,500. That's a big difference.
That's still not a bad deal. That's
not
the
a bad
one and
deal.
only time I drove to West Virginia was to pick up a Grand National.
Yeah. But the price went way up. Way up after they figured out it was a Grand National. I was like, dadgummit, y'all weren't supposed to wipe off the leaves. So, yeah. We've run into that a few times. Now I've been to some auctions. A buddy of mine I know, he was dirty. I would never do what he does, but I have seen him do it, and I just kept my mouth shut. He would go over there, car run perfect, and literally would switch the wires on the car so it wouldn't start, or disconnect the coil or something. And not all auctions would start the car before you bid on them, but this particular auction they did. So they couldn't get the car running. They were like, we're not going to run this car through the auction because I know this car runs and somebody's done something to this car. So we went on, right? And he was just like, well, I guess we're not going to get the car. I was like, okay, that's fine. But they end up going, you know what? I know this car runs. It's not running right now, but I'm telling y'all it runs. And nobody would bid on it, but he was bidding. So he got that car dirt cheap. After he won the auction and most people had cleared out, he went and switched the wires back, started right up and drove it off the lot, which is dirty, but that's what he did. Munchkin has guys giving her cars. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't for me. It was a friend of mine named John. That
38.
I can't remember whose car it was that he bought, but I had to drive him out to West Virginia to pick up.
I'd rather have a Gremlin than a Pinto. You know, I will agree with you there, Scott.
Pintos explode. I had to remind my father of that. If I get rear-ended, it's going to burst into flames. So that's not the flex you think it is, Dad. Unless you're trying to take me out. Well, I mean, when my dad passed away, I did get his Mercedes. And then my ex-husband wrecked it by driving through a fucking red light and got it totaled. That's still a sore subject for me, but I suppose it was probably for the best because I would have gotten a speeding ticket. That car, boogity, boogity, boogity. I liked it. But how's this for some shit, right? I didn't even really get to drive it too much because I drove for work, so I didn't want to drive that car for work and put all the miles on it, so I didn't. I barely got to drive it. He totaled it, and then I still had to give my sister her half when we finally got his life insurance and all that back, which that's bullshit.
I need to show you all Munchkin's new
for
thing.
A car I didn't even fucking have.
This is Munchkin's new thing. So these are freeze-dried Skittles. I know it says Sour Crunch candy, but they're freeze-dried Skittles.
I thought it was just because of where the gas tank was.
So this is the sour freeze-dried Skittles.
They are delicious.
She also has...
Right, John Q?
These are normal Skittles that are freeze-dried.
He crashed it into a minivan of all fucking things.
This is a pound, so dumbass. She has basically 3 pounds of... Because she's got 2 of these bags. That's 2 pounds, and whatever this one weighs.
It's 5 or 10 ounces.
Okay, 2 pounds, 10 ounces worth of Skittles that are freeze-dried. What I thought was weird about that is she also, you know, we tried some of these. She liked them, so she bought a bunch of them, right? No problem.
TikTok's fault.
I'll get, okay, from TikTok. And then, you know, I watch the deal guy a lot because he'll be like, these are the top deals you should be buying from Sam's Club or Costco. Never, ever have I seen them sell basically a freeze dryer machine at Costco or Sam's. And after she bought these, the very next thing he talks about on that thing is, do you know how expensive them damn machines are?
That's why those freeze-dried Skittles are so damn expensive.
So I think even it being on sale at, I think it was Costco, is like $1,600. $500? No, it's not $500. It's like
$3,500.
Oh yeah. Well, right now they have one for $1,600. That's still expensive to freeze dry stuff. I mean, I guess if you want, but even if you want to do your own Skittles, you still got to buy the Skittles. So you're paying that price.
So I'll just keep buying them from the people that bought a freeze dryer and now have to sell their soul in the form of freeze-dried Skittles to pay it off.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I don't know. I don't know what else would be good freeze-dried. These are really good.
They have freeze-dried circus peanuts, freeze-dried gummy bears, all kinds of stuff.
It's very airy and still got a lot of flavor to it.
Backstory. Soul-sucking Skittles. They are really good, though.
Yeah, look at all the powder that's in the bottom of this thing.
They're crunchy, but they have the texture. Y'all remember the buttermints? Like the ones they sell that are soft and kind of chewy? They have that texture, but they're just a little crunchier. And they're very tasty.
They're good. It's like, what would you compare eating one of those? It's almost like eating a cheese puff. That's the texture of it. It's really soft.
Yeah. Do a line of literal citric acid powder. Yeah, you don't need your nasal passages at all.
Look at all that powder right there. That's crazy. No, I'm good, man. I'm sure that powder is really strong. Whether it be citric acid or sugar or whatever it is, sure.
That is straight up. Yeah, fuck that noise. It would burn.
That would burn, right, trash bag? I'm disappointed because I know the next few days, it's going to get really cold here.
As it should. It's Christmas time.
I get it, but I didn't get a chance to kite my wing after I replaced the lines on it, and I really want to kite it now. I mean,
the cold doesn't hurt you.
It does not.
You can go out there, and if you're wearing a jacket and stuff, you'll start sweating pretty quickly.
Well, when you're kiting, you start sweating anyway, so.
Exactly. So quit being a little bitch. Cold ain't gonna hurt you.
I'll do it. I just don't want it to be wet outside because I don't want to get my wing all dirty and stuff. If it's nice outside but cold, then I'll consider doing it. I should have done it. I've had a chance and just didn't go, and now I'm like, I should have went. So I'll do it.
After dinner mints, yeah, they're butter mints. They sell them.
So
they're that kind of softness, but the outside is like a crisp shell. So it has a little crunch when you bite into it. Freeze-dried and see, that would be good too.
Yeah, there's not enough candy
Neil, that's a good idea. I'll have to remember to save that. We'll have to put that in a little jar. Because it's sugar and citric acid powder.
That would be a strong margarita right there.
Just put a little bit on the edge. You could mix it with extra sugar.
Okay. There's not enough convincing that you could ever do to go, yeah, you know what? We need a freeze-dry machine because that's just too damn expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. I mean, all right, they might be as expensive as they are now just because they're the popular thing of the day. Just like when air fryers first came out, they were expensive. Now they're a dime a fucking dozen.
Yeah, but I think the technology required to freeze dry something, just like you said, is going to be more expensive just because of the fact when you try to bring something down cold like that and it's got that moisture in there, then you can't dehydrate it because of the cold. So those machines... from
They
Wally?
might need to tighten that up a little bit there, though, Reese.
Not sure where to put it, really. Yeah, that's awesome. From Wally. You guys are funny. That's the butter cookie. I have no idea where the key lime cookie went. Isn't that the one? That's one I opened, right? I do believe. It can't be this one because that one's empty. And all I have now, I should have key lime, lemon. Yeah, but I had one butter and one key. I had 2 key limes. So one of the key limes is missing. I don't know where it's at. I wonder if that works for this. It has to, but this is a UV light. What does it do to a camera? Weird. So putting this on this glow thing should make it glow, but does it? Kinda. So these suck. I got 2 different UV lights, and neither one of them do a good job at making this glowing thing glow very good. It kind of makes it glow, but it's not as bright as it should be. Because I can hold it this light, and it'll do 10 times better than that. Oh, yeah. It's much better. So there you go. You do, John Q? Do you now? I'm hoping that all the stuff that I ordered for Christmas, I was hoping it would all get here by Christmas, but let me see which. I'm scared to scroll too far. Delivered. Where's stuff that's still shipping? Not yet shipped. Let me try that. Okay, there's one that's... There should be 2 things that they have not shipped yet. And I don't see the other one showing up, which is kind of strange because... let me see if that brings it up. No, I don't know how to look it up. Because I haven't got it yet. All right, I'm just going to scroll and just hope that I don't... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There it is. Arriving December 27th through January the 3rd. Has it even shipped? Well, it says it shipped. But where it's coming from, it's going to take forever to get here. So Munchkin saw something. They were looking at the tracking, and it said... What did it say? The package fell into the ocean? I've never seen tracking say that before.
Yes, it was talking about how your package has arrived at the sorting facility. Your package has left the sorting facility. Your package has fallen into the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that was photoshopped or something? I don't see how.
Yeah, it's possible.
I've never seen them go, oh yeah, your package has fallen into the ocean.
I mean, that would be my guess. But then again, have you ever had a package fall into the ocean?
No.
Right.
They just go, your package is missing or something. They don't usually tell you, hey, it fell in the ocean. You never get an explanation of why it's
Driver
missing.
mauled by bears, parcel lost. Yeah, they don't really get into that much detail.
Fell into the ocean. Yeah, there you go, John Q. Fell into the ocean. I'm quite impressed.
See, I would be like, just mine, or did everybody lose their shit? Because if it's just mine, I'm going to feel slightly attacked.
Have you seen any of the pictures that Shane has posted from his cruise? No?
Have I? Yes.
Have you noticed that they have, like, matching outfits and stuff?
Yes.
How the hell, man? That is too cool. I didn't know they had enough time to plan this out. Like, we're going to have matching outfits for this day and this day. That last one they took
a cruise
was really cool. You know, it was the whole man, he had his suit on and she had her dress and it all matched. It was pretty cool. I like that one.
Yes.
You wonder what happened to your package from China? Yeah. I don't know, Jazzy. They're probably still in China. It's funny because the mailman came in and told me a couple days ago, he's like, yeah, Amazon's on strike. And I was like, what? He's like, well, you know, Munchkin said it was just the Teamsters. So I'm like, oh, well.
Munchkin didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I asked you, and that's what you said.
No, you didn't. I don't remember talking about that.
You don't remember talking about that?
I do not.
The mailman came in, and he asked me, did I get everything from Amazon for Christmas? Because I was like, well, I got most of it, but not some.
You sure that wasn't Christine that you mentioned?
No, it was not Christine. It was you.
Because I was like,
do you know
ever uttering the word Teamsters?
I went
in recent history
back to your office and asked you. I was like, do you know anything about the Amazon strike? And he's like, yeah, it's just the Teamsters, though. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't remember that shit, but okay.
You don't remember it? Wow, nope. Man. And I'm old. Yeah, her bras do fit me, Scott. For some reason, I don't know how that's possible, but they do.
Because they're elastic. Don't get proud of yourself.
Well, I don't think they have all matching outfits, John Q, but they're on a cruise and they were taking pictures to show us.
So by matching outfits, like cool. They have, her dress has a certain pattern on it and like his shirt has the pattern. They're not like wearing Garanimals or anything, but you know. Apparently, John Q. I don't recall. I remember talking about a strike before, but that was the port strike, not Amazon, because I didn't know Amazon went on strike. So, unless you asked me and then somebody else chimed in and you didn't realize it wasn't me that answered you, because I don't remember that.
Granimals.
Wait,
wow.
you just caught that?
What?
That I said granimals?
Oh, no, I didn't. I was looking where Trash Bag said it. I didn't hear you say granimals.
Oh, yeah, I said it. Hold on. I just, the whole thing just crashed on me, so I don't.
Oh, that sucks. They keep wanting me to post a review on that scooter, and I'm like, I haven't wrote it enough to give a review yet.
See, and you want to say that I definitely said that, but I literally said, where do you think Trash Bag got that? Was because he heard what I said. You just tune out what I say completely.
I was thinking about something else when you were talking. I don't know what.
I need my scissors back. You took my cotton cutting scissors for.
They're in the living room. I got plenty of cotton cutting scissors. Cotton picking scissors.
Those are yours. I have mine. Don't touch my shit.
Jeez.
I have a special thing.
Oh, we were gone? Sorry,
directly for wrapping paper.
Always with the Teamsters.
Right?
Well,
now I had it on my desk for the longest time so I wouldn't lose it, and now I don't see it.
You had what?
There's a special tool for cutting wrapping paper.
It's in the living room.
No, those are the scissors. You got the wrapping paper cutter in the living room too?
Yes.
Then what'd you need my fucking scissors for?
Because that damn wrapping tool thing is not sharp all the time and sometimes rips the paper.
That's because you don't know how to use it.
I do know how to use it.
That paper all my
is
stuff.
cheap. Yeah. That's what a man's supposed to do. Just saying.
I did something really stupid, y'all.
Well, that doesn't surprise.
And I'm... What?
No, I was saying, go ahead.
You're awfully bold talking to the person that pays your fucking bills. This was really stupid. So, I don't know, y'all, we told you last week about the girls that called in sick for like 3 days in a row, right?
Yeah.
Well, when we had our little Christmas luncheon, first of all, one of them came up and hugged me from behind, which is not acceptable. Even if I know you and like you. I've never met her before. What the fuck was that all about? So that's strike one. Well, then she's like, he gave me a sip of his drink. Then she's like, here, try mine. And I'm like, bitch, you got cooties, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'll just use my straw. Well, I woke up the next day to being in excruciating pain. It felt like, I don't know, like all my guts were on fire. It hurt to bend. It hurt to straighten out. It made me dizzy. It really hurt. But I got the shower. I managed to get my shit together and carried my ass into work because that's what grown ass adults do. Right?
I don't understand why she did that. After being out sick with doctor's excuses for 3 days straight, the very next day come in and go, hey, and then hug us from behind. It's like, whoa, we've never even met you before, and now you're trying to hug us. And
yeah, she hugged Steve too.
And it's like, you were just deathly sick.
It was an attack, John.
No touching.
It was an attack. Stay out of my bubble. So I carried my ass to work. It got progressively better throughout the day, but my stomach still hurts. It feels like all of my guts are like inflamed and painful. So like when I eat, right here gets super bloated and it fucking hurts. I don't know what's going on. Well, we were at a work Christmas party, so I was trying to be nice.
Nice and sociable. Yeah. I mean, I get it. But yeah, I think she kind of
I just kind of patted her hand.
She could have just,
not fucking touched me.
Shook our hand or something, then I could have went and
don't even
washed
do
it.
that. Just say hi. We don't need we don't need to have bodily contact. I don't need to have bodily contact with any of my coworkers. That is not
CDC.
a requirement. Hey, CDC. But I think I caught whatever fucking cooties she had, and it pisses me off. Because I know better. The fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, I rebuilt my tank earlier because I literally have went through like 3 or 4 different flavors.
Oh, John Q? No. Remember what Muttley looks like?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. She. Anyways, yeah. So I rebuilt my tank because I went through 4 different flavors with the same cotton. So I was like, you know what? I'm vaping Sad Boy juice. Why do I want to take a nice quality juice and blow it by putting it on mixed cotton? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna clean this out completely, which I did. Put new cotton in there, and now it's way better than it was. So, not to mention the fact that all my pods are empty now. I have no disposal. I keep vaping this one, but it's empty.
Well,
just getting just enough flavor out of it.
Huggy person, at all. Especially if I don't know you.
I can't vape that one anymore.
You're a coworker. Why would your first reaction to be meeting a coworker would to be to hug them? It's a different story. Like when I met Breeze, right? She didn't get up and hug me immediately. We didn't run to each other and give a great big hug. There was no, because I'm not a woo girl either. Fuck all that shit, right? But this is a coworker. Why would you hug me? When has that ever been? I cannot say, CD.
That's probably a good idea, Neil.
It is sufficient.
I have plenty of RTAs.
Yeah, she bowed to me, which was also a bit much, but I'll take it.
Speaking of bonus, yeah. So anyways, I'm glad that she's got time off coming up. Because that's the only time that she's not going to stay at work over way past when she's supposed to get off. I mean, she's supposed to leave at 5 p.m., but I haven't seen that happen yet. Maybe once. I think we left at 5 o'clock. Every other time, she leaves 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I get it. She's paid salary, and she's trying to, she's basically trying to work up this hill of work that is never ending. There's no catching up. That you can get a little closer, but you're never going to catch all the way up. So,
no, because it's no.
It's fighting a losing battle. You might as well just at 5 o'clock. I'm done. You can work your butt off then.
But here's the thing: is I can't do that because if I leave the office at 5 o'clock with 180 unread emails, right? Mm-hmm. By the time I come in at 9 the next morning, I'm going to have 250 unread emails. So then I'm going to actually have to work my files, which I can't do while I'm checking emails, which means by the time I leave the next day, I'm going to have like 400 fucking emails. It's impossible. What would be nice if people could fucking act like reply all isn't a goddamn thing. Stop fucking doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Get a lot of email that's like, why am I even involved in this email chain? I mean, not so much me as her.
Someone sends a termite inspection, right? That's great. Thank you. But then everybody they send it to has to hit reply all and say thanks. But I have to look at every single one of those because what if there's a thanks, by the way, XYZ with important information that I need to know? Because they will 100% throw that shit back in your face later on and go, well, I told you. Good night, Bill.
Good night, Bill. Merry Christmas to you, bud. Oh, this needs to get thrown away. It's like a pen that's just looks like it melted on the front. It's terrible. I don't need it all over the office.
Well, luckily, in this day and age, people don't really leave voicemails too often. No, they'll just immediately hang up and then email me and go, I tried to call you. Yes, I fucking know.
All the voicemails.
Call them back. And I'm like, did you leave a voicemail? No. Well, then what the hell, people?
We get people that call us all day long for updates on stuff that they know we don't have an update for. And we'll tell them that. And then they'll wait an hour and they'll call back again. You got an update?
What gets me is the people that will send me something at 10 till 5 on a Friday. And then by the time I get my ass in my chair on Monday morning, they're already asking for an update. Do you think I'm a real estate elf that I just live under my desk at work and I just work the files 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Nothing happened over the weekend. There is no update other than I got your email. Thanks.
Right.
They're a pain in the ass. And I swear some of them stalk the phone. Our phones turn on at 9, right? 9 a.m. and 26 seconds, the phone's already fucking ringing.
Yeah, I hate that. Luckily, I mean, now that they're back to work, they've been trying to get the phones in the morning, but when the afternoon comes, it's a toss-up. I don't know whether to answer the phone or not because sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't.
Well, you know, it would be great if they learned how to take a message.
Well, what would be great is if they're going to stop answering, say, hey, I'm going to be out of the office for a while.
They'll message me and go, hey, I have to run.
But you're not
going to run downstairs.
The phone. They need to message me.
Well, like when you're not on days, you're not there. They will message
that's fine.
Me.
All right, Linda.
Good night, Linda.
What's next Thursday? Let me see. What's that on the calendar?
That's the day after Christmas.
The day after Christmas. Oh, we get to go. We get to go sport all our gifts on Linda's show. All right. Yep. We can do that.
Linda could have a call-in show with show and tell where everybody gets to show what they got for Christmas. There you go. There's an idea for you, Linda.
Yeah. That's
show the class what you got for Christmas.
Show and tell time. New Year's Eve show. Yeah. That's a possibility too. Just because I don't know when the calendar.
I mean, haven't we always done a New Year's Eve show?
We have.
Yeah, why not?
For the most part. Why can't I bring up the?
Sure as hell beats going out with like people.
But New Year's Eve is on a Tuesday.
Okay.
I mean, it could be done.
You're off on New Year's Day. You know that, right?
I would hope. Well, okay. It depends. If Shane's doing a show, I don't know if they're going to be back. If they are, and he does a show, then I won't do a show. If he's not back and they don't do a show.
His show lasts an hour.
Yeah, but it's at 9. If I started a show at 8, then his show would start during.
His show doesn't start at 9. His show starts at 8, and it's over by 9.
Okay, well, all right. If he does a show, then I will do a show.
And we don't need to start at 8 anyway because it's a New Year's, so we're not going to cast for
that's true.
4.5 hours.
That is true. Okay. We'll try and do a New Year's Eve show. How about that?
That's why men don't plan stuff. Y'all suck at it.
We we're doing a slow. Well, we know
slow?
we know you're doing a slow.
I mean, y'all could do y'all slow, and then you could come on and do the slow with us, and we could all celebrate New Year's together.
Or are they doing a New Year's Eve show at like during that time, like when 12 o'clock's coming around? Or are they going to do an hour and be gone?
I don't know if Will can stay up till midnight.
Yeah, he can. He'll just get to sleep
oh my
earlier
God, that
that
is
day.
so much better. I made more Paraclaw and I missed it.
Yes.
There is no comparison.
Well, there you go. See, that's your little all-day
That is the
vape
best
thing.
shit. I am so glad I came up with that recipe. It's delicious.
Well, whatever it happens, happens. I mean, I'm not gonna overdo. If they do a show all the way through till New Year's, then we'll just call in or something. If they go off early, then I'll.
No, we can go live too and troll them.
No, we can't troll them at the same time while they're doing a show.
Why not?
No, that's not good, because then people will be bouncing between shows.
And that's a problem. That opens up a brand new audience.
Nah.
For both of them. Well, I'll go live. I still have OBS.
You'll go live? Oh, I got to see that. That would be hilarious.
What do you mean that would be hilarious? Like I have
you
forgotten
remember
that I did a show with DeMillan. I did a show with Tandy. I used to do a show with Roger and Peanut. I did a show with Spy Goat.
Do you even remember how to?
Member, yeah.
Okay. As long as you remember.
Shit, I was the one that did the New Year's Eve shows over on the other side. That you were never there. Lame.
Yeah, it did happen on Vapors TV a lot. I remember. And we would just go right through New Year's on into the new year and just keep on going.
See, Wally and Breeze can back me up on that because they were always there for the New Year's Eve shows on the other side. I was usually fucking hammered by the time midnight showed up. Yeah.
Remember, show jumping was all what we did. Yeah, we did do a lot of show jumping.
It's another way of viewing. It's a video platform where you can go to different channels. So there's people that do vaping shows. It's over on a site called iVlog.
Yeah, iVlog.tv, Walter.
Vaping shows. There was a guy that used to make like movie props, so you could see him making masks and molds for masks. There was people that did woodworking. There was one guy that just had videos of trains constantly. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you go to their a web address, then you'll see there'll be live shows going right now, probably. Yeah. I haven't been to iVlog in forever.
You can play music over there because the owner of iVlog is like, look, I'm just going to assume that y'all have gotten permission.
Right.
Which, absolutely. Sure. We had permission. You can go hang out in there. People will play movies. You can hang out there and chat with other people watching a movie. Kind of like what's that TV show where you watch the movie and they had the guys at the bottom that were talking shit through the whole movie.
Oh, I don't know. Right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit I accept you junky thing. See, this frees up. Oh wait. 1, 2, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 38 shows going right now.
I do not remember a big guy that played. So the chickens were playing the kazoo. Oh yeah, Mystery Science Theater. Yeah. But without actual talking.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So I got sucked in and watched the entire, was it Band of Brothers that they were playing? I think it was Andre that was playing it. I sat there for like 8 hours. I love Band of Brothers. That's one of my favorite movies. But
I can't believe they have 30-something shows going right now.
Why not?
There's even West Coast Vapors going. I thought they stopped.
And you know what's crazy? I just want to say something, right? So Vic knows iVlog exists. Yeah. But he wants to go to Rumble and all these others I'm going to post on Twitter because he can't monetize on iVlog.
That's because for this, it's a job for Vic. So Vic needs to be able to make money. He can't make money off iVlog. It's that simple. I mean, we already knew vaping was about money from the get-go.
Yeah, but he could because supposedly his money came from the people that would pay him to do reviews.
Yeah, it's Patreon.
Unless the money came from the people that were paying him to hang out with him in Zoom. Okay. But yeah, I don't. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't remember that. John Q. But that's how me and Tom met WG, because me, Tom, sometimes Peanut, Hobbit, and that weirdo Jason would go troll shows in the middle of the night. And that's how we wandered across WG. We busted up in his show.
I just think this is weird.
Well, there's a lot of weird shit over there.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this going, wow, there's some weird folks on here.
It's always been that way. It gets even weirder at like 2 a.m.
I'd be scared to look at it at 2 a.m.
That's how we entertained ourselves.
I don't know who that guy is on West Coast.
You've got me intrigued, John Q. I want to know what chickens played. See, West Coast, I never really knew any of the people over there. And I think that's another thing that's weird, is how the networks separated people. So like you had Raider Chick and them, that they had their own separate audience. They had their own hosts, and they kind of stuck with each other, right? So like some of the people I don't even know who they are. CDC, I think the only people making a good living off of YouTube are the 6-year-olds opening up fucking gifts, which makes me sick.
I mean, to make good money on YouTube, you need to have at least 100,000 subscribers. 1 million would be better, but once you get over 100,000, then you're making decent money.
That was that trailer park chick, wasn't it? That came with Mark. Wasn't that home chick the fuck you pay me chick? I don't remember her name. I do know that Hardwood, which was also part of that group, actually turned out to be a pretty cool dude. He wasn't like them, which is surprising because
that's it, Breeze, gamer girl.
If you looked at him, you would think that, I mean, looks can be deceiving. He actually turned out to be a pretty cool guy.
Wow.
I don't know. That whole thing was a setup by Mark and his mommy. I can't even tell who the target was. I know Joe and Tiger like to think that it was them, but I don't know. The whole thing was fucking weird, and I still don't know what their end goal was. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
you know she's got an OnlyFans though. She's got to. In her trailer.
It looked like their end goal was to basically disintegrate their network. They didn't want the vapors part of the network anymore.
But why?
Because it was
That's
something
the thing
else
that I don't understand. But why?
I don't know.
It didn't hurt him. It helped him. I just don't understand why. Because it's fucking dead now. But
yeah. I mean, even if you go over there now, it's probably like one show, if that, playing.
Yeah,
well, it's
but
not
Joe wasn't like I and I don't even want to say Joe was a legend in his own mind, because Joe may have been a pump his ass, but like he said, until it gets me out of a parking ticket, none of this shit matters. I don't.
Yeah, there's nothing.
To me, that couldn't. That still doesn't make sense though. Yeah, pretty much CDC. Yeah.
Oh, guess who's live right now? Isn't that Mark? That is Mark. Mark Vaughn is live now. But, you know, it's on the regular.
Him and his mommy.
Yeah, him and his mommy. He's got 31 people watching him. Whoa. Anyways, let me turn that off because it's screwing with my stream. All right. Joe's 5 minutes of pain with South Park. Yeah, that was hilarious that they put.
I mean, pretty much, and you know they pulled that picture from that magazine. But I don't even think Joe thought he was the big dog over on Vapors TV. I mean, even with VU Live, clearly that wasn't Joe. Rage claimed that as all his own. That was his, not Joe's. So I don't know. That makes me think there's something else that went on behind the scenes that we were not privy to. Yeah, we could all do that when the show's over. Is we could all fucking go troll Mark, get us all banned again.
Well, yeah, if you go in there, because I mean that's his server, so he can really ban you.
Yeah, perpetual victim. I don't think he was a narcissist. I think he just has really, really low self-esteem. And he was a perpetual victim. He wanted pity all the time. And I mean, he is a pity to look at, but hey, you know, whatever. Yeah, but look what he was married to. That bitch was fucking psycho, so.
Me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was married to somebody that fucking traded custody of her own children for dogs. So that should tell you what kind of person she was. Yeah, what do you think of me? Yeah.
I don't know why I get so tired, especially on Fridays, man. I get tired. Like even before 10 o'clock comes, I'll start getting tired. And I'm like,
the funniest thing Rage ever told us is when he busted into he took over one of our broadcasts. I can't remember who we were live with, or if we were just in Zoom, and he showed up to tell us all about his dating life. And I guess he had broken up with a girlfriend, and when she left, she took his shower curtain rings, which was fucking hilarious.
His shower curtain, what?
She took the shower curtain and the little rings that it goes with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She left him the rod, though.
Well, there you go. That sounds like, yeah, I'm going to take the shower curtain and I'm going to take the ice cube trays. Old age is catching up. Yeah. Walter, you might be right, man.
No, because during the week, the motherfucker can stay up to 1:32 a.m. without batting an eye.
It does. No, it's not every night. It's just some nights. What's up, hey, Chevy?
I mean, there is sometimes what I would prefer dogs over kids, but, you know. But here's the thing, is she went and played pity and tried to tell everybody that Rage was some big evil guy that stole her daughter and was holding her hostage and was blackmailing her. Bitch, aren't your parents fucking rich? Rage had a 401k that you made him cash out so you could stay in the house that you were at, full well knowing that you had already filed for divorce. But it's not like Rage was a rich fucking man. Her parents had money. So I'm not buying any of that shit. She's fucking psycho. And she had a big giant fucking forehead.
Well, you too, Chevy. Merry Christmas. Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
I need like one. I don't want to buy 2 pods this time. I want 1 pod. And I was going to order from that site.
Exactly, Scott.
It would take too long. It would take too long to get here.
I mean, my kids never shit on the floor.
Dogs and kids both poop on the floor. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, some people said they got their Christmas shopping done. Some people were like, I finished back in November. I'm like, daggum. That's really, that's like good, because I know I wasn't.
All I have left to get is I need to go by the liquor store and get a bottle of Jaeger. And then I want to clean the house. And I want to go get a honey baked ham. All right, I'm going to ask y'all. Okay, I want a honey baked ham for Christmas. Is tomorrow too early to go get it? I can get it and freeze it, right? And then heat that bitch back up in the oven.
I mean, I don't think it would go bad. I mean, you're literally only going to have it in the fridge for like 3 days. So it's not that bad. Maybe 4.
I mean, if I get it Saturday, that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's 5 days.
Oh, okay. Well. And I mean, I don't think they'll run out. And it depends on when you get it, on how busy they're going to be.
Yeah, I do want to get it while it's hot. But, I mean, I guess I can grab it and just toss it in the freezer. We do have the freezer downstairs in the
What if you, like, because you can go on their website. What if you order it and say, hey, I want to pick it up on Christmas Eve or whatever? Then that would work much better.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say Jaeger's nasty. It's not my preferred beverage. If somebody says...
Expiration date on the ham?
No, the honey baked hams, when you buy them from the honey baked ham store, are cooked and ready to go.
Yeah.
No, they're not sealed. They're cooked, ready to go, and basically wrapped in foil paper.
They're not cheap, depending on how big a one you get.
No. Katie's dad decided to buy me a honey baked ham. Was it 2019?
Yeah.
Of course, his mom bought it. And he called me while we were in line, and I said, don't worry about it. We're actually in line to get one now. And he's like, no, I said I was going to do it. I'm in line to get it. And then I got a text and said, God damn. I'm like, I told you, never mind. It's like $60 for a ham. He got the big one, though. And then I had to act all appreciative, even though I know he didn't fucking.
Yeah, the Jaeger isn't for us, Scott. The Jaeger's for her son-in-law. He likes it for some reason, but so does her daughter. I mean,
it's not horrible. It tastes like a melted Ricola.
If I got Jaeger with like Red Bull or something to mix with it, it's not that bad.
You know what they call that, don't you?
Yeah, but
cock blocker.
It thinks you're doing a thumbs up. That's hilarious.
Oh, does it?
It keeps showing the thumbs up on screen. Honey baked ham is awesome. They are good, trash
awesome.
bag.
And I want the bone from the honey baked ham because I want to make bean and ham soup once the ham is gone.
That's what I thought it was called. Scott, was a Jaeger bomb. I don't know where she's getting cock blocker from.
It's only a Jaeger bomb if you drop the shot of Jaeger into the glass of Red Bull. If you just drink it mixed, it's a cock blocker. It doesn't taste like black licorice to me. It's like a more herbal
If I'm
thing.
drinking Jaeger, I'm just saying right now that I would have to drink just Jaeger. If I mix that, we're like, say I drink some Jaeger and then I go, oh, I'll just have some fighting cock. If I mix those two together, that's not going to go well.
Mix it with Dr. Pepper. Yes, the magical owl vagina girl likes Jaeger.
Dr. Pepper tastes like cream soda. Ooh, that would be good if it does.
Now, I got some vanilla Crown Royal to go with my caffeine-free root beer because apparently I'm old and can't handle caffeine anymore.
Mechanical owl vagina. What?
Yeah, that the country ham hocks that you can get. Yeah, ouzo. Ouzo tastes like black licorice. I've had my
Yeah.
share of ouzo, which is very difficult to find around here. The
Yeah.
closest liquor store that carries ouzo is in Isle of Wight, which is like 45 minutes
Well,
away.
yeah, if we go to Georgia, I'm sure you can get it there. They have every
Probably.
freaking thing. That's why whenever we go to Georgia, I try to buy liquors that we can't buy here, which we do have some of them in our rack.
Mm-hmm.
Not even opened, but we have it if we need to. Which is like golden grain.
You got that ghost pepper vodka. That would be good. We need to get some spicy V8 and make Bloody Marys with the ghost pepper vodka.
That would be good.
Num,
I already,
that'd be good.
You know, I've been looking up Bloody Mary stuff, and I'm like, I could make. I could already make one, but I was trying to find a recipe.
All we need is vodka and spicy V8. You don't need to get fancy. Why are you licking my sock?
Spicy V8. Yeah, but they got Bloody Mary mix pretty cheap.
Yeah, no, spicy V8 and vodka. That's perfect.
Bloody Mary mix doesn't have as much. It does. The regular. Do I like boiled peanuts? Neil, I would say yes. I haven't seen them that much here in Virginia. In Georgia,
no, they sell them in a can in the grocery store.
They're everywhere. No, like real boiled peanut. They have like little vendors that sit on the road, and they sell boiled peanut. Those are the best boiled peanuts.
But I don't like licorice.
You give them $3, and they give you this gigantic cup of boiled peanuts. Those are delicious.
You're not gonna find that around here. What you will find is seafood. Just like, people with their van pulled over and a sign that says fresh crabs or crawfish, scallops, oysters, shit like that. Which, you can be brave and buy seafood off the side of the road. I like them just fine out of a can, but they will destroy. That brine will fuck up your fingernails. No, that's fried, John Q. Boiled in oil is fried.
No, they just boil them in water.
Well, it's brine. It's not even water. It's brine.
Yeah. They're good. I mean, I enjoyed the boiled peanuts in Georgia. And it's funny because I rarely would stop and buy some. I would, but you got to eat them like right then for them to be good. You can't like, oh, I'm going to save these for later. You need to eat all of them.
That's why you buy them in a can.
They're not good.
All of them.
No, the ones y'all have in a can taste like they're not even close to the same thing. It's a whole nother level when you buy them fresh. Whole nother level.
Well, next time we go to Georgia, I want some then.
Well, if we go during the right time of the year, they'll have plenty of vendors sitting out doing it. And they're absolutely, as long as we find a good one. And I haven't found a bad one yet, so they should be really good. Are these those headphones? Yes, they are. I got these headphones cheap, but I don't, and it has 7.1 surround sound, but the bass, it's real tinny sounding. I think I want to send them back, honestly. They connect really good to the computer and everything, but I don't like the sound from them.
I mean, they kind of do, Neil. I mean, they have the texture of a bean once they're boiled and they're soft.
They taste like beans. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. They're just really soft when you get them boiled, and you can almost eat the shell. And some people do eat the shells, but I prefer not to.
Eat the shell.
I prefer not to eat those shells, even though they're like, oh yeah, you can eat the shell, and I'm like, those ones we bought,
eat all kinds of things. That doesn't mean you should.
We bought some that goes, oh yeah, eat the shell, and I tried doing that, and I was like, oh my god, it's like I'm eating sawdust. Those
were the deep fried peanuts that we got from the farmer's market.
That did not. I was like, you cannot eat these
Very,
whole. They taste terrible.
very fibrous.
Yeah, it tastes like eating wood. It's like,
Mm.
really? No, I'm not eating this.
I mean, if I was a beaver, it'd probably be great, but yeah.
Right?
Why are you all up in my shit, kitty
Because
cat?
the cat is like, show me attention now.
She is.
All right, I can't. My head is catching on fire now. That little Santa hat will get your head warm, to say the least.
Yeah.
Pooping wood later. There's the other Nick. I didn't even know you've been watching. You've been ghost watching the other Nick.
The other Nick was hiding. Me and the other Nick had a really good conversation in Florida about debauchery and evil deeds.
Really?
I mean, dependent. Well, I kind of busted up in their conversation.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, I understand y'all are talking about drugs. drugs. I want in on this conversation. Hello, kitten. Why are you staring at me?
Yeah, if we get some good days during, well, I know it's going to be cold as hell. If we get a decent day with just slight wind, I want to go kite that wing and then put it up properly so that I can store it for what, 2 or 3 months till we get to go to Florida and then fly, which will be awesome.
Yes, only the good ones.
Fly for Gauge 2025. It's coming.
Yeah, and I need to pay off my credit card so I can talk to Angela and we can book our accommodations.
Yes. We need to get all that set up.
Yeah, because I think right after Christmas would be a good time to book because it's not too far out, but it's far enough in advance where we're probably going to get a good price.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
Got your head. The only problem, right, is I don't know if I'm putting it on a credit card. It's not like I can send Angela money, so I think it'd probably be better if I just put it all on my credit card and have them give me money. Of course, we'll have to talk about it and figure out how that's going to work.
The big marriage flying. Yeah.
Will they just drop it off to whomever? Like,
yeah.
Depending on who books it, can we say, okay, if they get there first, you can release it to them? I mean, is it just there? How do we get the keys? Because I'm sure there's keys to lock the door. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, they should leave you the keys so you can lock it. I mean, it'll be Scorpio Pio.
Stop staring at me, ma'am.
It's funny because we do not see the cat. We see you talking to a Christmas tree.
Nothing.
Yes.
No, she's sitting here. First she was licking my sock. Now she's just licking my elbow. But she's sitting right there, staring at me. Right there. Look, she's touching my finger with her nose.
They usually have a lockbox and leave you a code or someone meet you. Yeah. I think that they I don't know. I know that they're gonna just drop it off, and you can tell them, "Hey, leave the camper here," and then that's it. But since we're gonna, it's gonna be 2 couples in that one camper, but I think it sleeps 10 or something. It's gonna be plenty of room.
I don't know because we haven't picked one yet, so.
Well.
We don't need one that sleeps 10. We're not getting that expensive one that they told us about last time.
I think even the smaller one was like the same price. So I'm like, if the big one costs the same price as the small one,
well, we have to look. We've got to look.
We can look. No big deal.
I'm assuming they would allow us to leave the information with Shane since he's going to be there first, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, Shane will be there.
Figure that out.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. We'll be back on. When's the next show? We have a show before the New Year's. I think we do.
Friday.
Yeah, so Friday will be the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing a show on Friday the 27th and another show on the 30th.
They are very pointy, Walter. Thank you for noticing. I don't know.
We need a warning
so
sign.
No, that's how I get you. I'll get you with my elbow. Of course, I'm real short, so I'll get you with my elbow in like your thigh or something, but it'll still hurt.
Yeah, my elbows come up to her eyeballs. I can literally knock her out.
And you usually do. You have no concept of where your arms are at any given time.
I hope everybody has a great weekend and everybody gets in all their gifts in time for Christmas, and y'all enjoy spending time with your relatives and friends. We're gonna try to get a honey baked ham and
like
all that
a
good
hermit,
stuff.
enjoying the silence, which is cool too sometimes.
Yeah, it is. But you guys have a good one. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.